My puppy is eating my couch. Okay, I am going to get Dua Lipa right now on the show. She is ready. And I didn't say the best for last because every woman on this show today is equally incredible and legendary in their own right. So to wrap up my show, it's going to be time to bring out the style icon and dancing queen, pop princess, diva, Dua Lipa. I'm going to get her on now. Ow, my dog is eating my foot. My foot. Ow.
Hey!
Iowa.
Hey, Angel, how you doing?
My dog is currently using my ankle as a chew toy. For some reason,
Oh, hi.
this is Bo, short for rainbow.
Oh, hi,
Say hi to
Bo.
Aunt Dua. Say hi to Auntie Dua.
Oh my God, so cute.
Oh, I am so happy to have you on the show. I'm just like obsessed with your new music. Haven't seen you since Kosovo.
I
You're the
know.
only person I could ever say that to.
Yeah, haven't seen you since Kosovo.
Well,
Crazy.
you know what?
Honestly, you
It sucks that
coming.
netball is canceled this year because that would have been so fun to say around the ball and been like,
Oh, yeah.
"Oh, darling, I'm."
That's where we went.
That
That was so epic. What you did out there, you blew everyone's mind, and people were talking about it for months.
I can't
Like they
believe
couldn't
what you put
believe
on.
that you actually that you came.
I
Like people
cannot
couldn't believe it.
like what you put on. That was just like so full out and intense. I mean, I'm here with like a $20 LED strip and a cardboard cutout of my face, and you had like this freaking. It looked like I wish everyone could really have been there and seen this show because it was one of the sicker. It was like in the middle of like a forest, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah. It's the National
Surrounded
Park.
where it was the most like I never would have thought you could have held a concert like you did there. It was just so fucking cool.
It was
Um,
epic. You absolutely slayed it.
I loved it.
I talk about it all the time. I'm like, I brought Miley to Kosovo, and it was like the best. It's like one of my biggest achievements.
I loved it so much. So I want to talk about like watching. Let's just kind of jump in since we're started talking about Kosovo. I kind of didn't really understand like when I was there. I was like Googling you all the time, trying to figure out how you actually grew up. So like, did you go up in London and you went back and forth to Kosovo, or what was?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in London, but my parents moved to Kosovo because of the war. Well, moved from Kosovo to London because of the war. And so I was born in London, lived in London until the age of 11, moved back to Kosovo from 11 to 15, and then moved to London at 15 on my own to kind of pursue music and do this, basically.
So what was it like growing up in Kosovo at the time? Because I mean, I was there obviously so many years after the war, and you can really still see the kind of remains of the devastation that took place there. Like, what was it like growing up in Kosovo? Because so many people watching us right now, you know, they're watching from all over the world, and right now a lot of countries are experiencing devastation, even just with this virus. You know, it's a war on kind of our humanity. So what was it like growing up in a place like Kosovo?
Well, you know, for me, Albanian was my first language, so my parents spoke it at home, and I really learned English when I was in school. And I had so much family in Kosovo, so when my parents decided to move back, which was always their intention, you know, after the war, when they lived in London, was always to go back at some point to Kosovo, where all their families are. For me, it was really exciting. So I was like, oh, I can speak the language. Like, this will be a really fun experience. And I just finished year 6 in London. And then after year 6, you and your friends kind of go to different schools and everybody starts secondary school. And so instead of going to a different school, for me, it was like going to a different country.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I was really excited. I was so young and I was like really looking forward to it. But I didn't realize how difficult it would be like when I got there. First of all, just to kind of pick up like the reading and writing and be good at grammar and properly go to school there and learn all these different subjects that I was so used to only doing in English to then doing them in Albanian alongside tackling being like the new girl and everybody you know, already had their friendship groups and everybody knew each other. And so it was a completely different kind of, I don't know, just it was different, you know, it was difficult to go to a different country and try and feel like you fit in.
Yeah.
But, you know, while I was there, I made some amazing friends and I learned even more history, you know, about the war and how much it had affected people. Because living in London, you know, I was, you know, I hadn't lived through it. I didn't really understand it. I knew what was going on, but because I personally, like my parents are the ones that fled the war, it was just, you know, I didn't quite understand it until I went to Kosovo and really understood like how many of my friends had struggled, you know, during the war, what their parents had done, where they had went. Like everybody tried to get out to different European cities to try and escape the war and then come back. And it's just, I don't know, it was quite, it was such a massive learning experience and made me really in touch with my roots. And
Yeah.
everybody in Kosovo is so like patriotic and they're so supportive of anyone that does anything, you know, outside of Kosovo. So when I started doing music, like all my views were coming from Kosovo. So I had like all these like crazy like view count on YouTube that only I could see where the views were coming from, but they were all from Kosovo, and it made me look really good at the time when I was just starting. And I don't know, I guess with the festival and with our foundation, all we've ever wanted to do is really try and give back to a community that's given us so much and that's only given me support and that's only ever like, you know, been proud of me. So I just, yeah, I want to try and be like a good role model for them and bring opportunities, like have people, have incredible international artists, pop stars like you come down and like perform. Because
Yeah.
when I was living there, you know, no one would come. There would be no concerts really. There would be a few, but they're like, my first ever show was Method Man and Redman
Yeah.
when I was like 14, which was in Pristina, and then it was 50 Cent, and then it was Snoop Dogg. And it was because hip hop was so, like, people listened to hip hop so much in Kosovo. It was just a completely, you know, it was just, I guess, different. And like, I wish when I was 11 to 15 that I saw some of my favorite like female artists, you know. And so that's what I want to
Yeah.
try and do as much as I can at the festival, is try and get as many more women to come down and perform. So yeah.
Well, you did like the best job of putting that together. And when I was there, I goes to your family. So did they always support your dreams and your goals of being in entertainment? Because it seems like my dad was so scared of the heartbreak that it would bring, because it's a dream that a lot of people have and only a few get chosen. And so family always supportive, or were they kind of nervous for you to do something that's just so
Yeah, when I moved to London on my own at 15, like I was constantly trying to just get in the studio and write, and I was going to school at the same time. And you know, when I decided to kind of take the year out, like once I finished all like my compulsory school and just focus on music, there was obviously that kind of thing where my parents were like, are you sure you don't want to go to university? Are you sure you can't do two things at once? You know, because trying to get into an industry where, you know, no one really kind of knows what to expect or how any of this kind of works when you're just starting out can be really daunting. And I guess I just really had my heart set that I really wanted just to make music and wanted to tour and wanted to perform. And so I just persisted, and I chose not to go to university because I didn't even know what the hell I would want to even study. And so I just
Okay, I'm going again. Like any talk show host does, I'm going with the flow. Right, Bobo? Come here. Okay, so I'm gonna get Dua again. Hold on, let me get my doggy. Come here. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna get Dua again. Oh, Today, Bright Minded is at an all new high of Wi-Fi. Okay, so I'm getting Dua right now. Let me get this together. Oh. Come here, Bowie. Oh. Okay. That was my bad. I'm having some tech. It would not be Bright-Minded. This is obviously something I just put together in like the last week or so, seeing everyone with just like the crisis and devastation and panic and anxiety. So I never had any idea that I would be running a talk show from my room. So I'm
I
going with
love
the
it.
flow.
I think everybody needs this a little bit. I think you're bringing a lot of light and good energy into people's lives, and I think it's fun to be able to use your platform to do this because it is really exciting, and you have so
And
many people who love you,
it's like
and so
you
they
said
just want to
about
see more
Kosovo.
Miley.
It's kind of the same thing you said about Kosovo. It's like, you know, if you can use your platform to bring awareness to what's important to you. And for me, you know, it's about like, it's not realistic to every day say that every single day we're going to be like our prime, optimistic, don't worry, be happy. It's just not realistic. But it's,
Yeah.
if we can take an hour out of the day to not, you know, just to connect and like, to go, yeah, this is like some bullshit. I'm going through some bullshit too. And like just connect and be honest and bring people together. It's just been a really cool experience. But I'm just trying to do what any good talk show host does and go with the flow and show right now, you know, so it's kind of like, you know, obviously kind of how I got you to be on the show. I'm doing everything through direct messages and writing until, you know, 1 o'clock in the morning what I'm going to say on the show. So I'm just figuring it out one day at a time. And also I get eaten up by my dog while I do this show. She's chewing on my sweatshirt, which is Margella, but I'll allow it so I can get this interview out. Okay. So speaking of Marcella, you are a style icon, and it's just super individual. Like I love your style because it is. I sang you that reference, you know, of Debbie Harry. I was like, oh my god, I totally get it. Like do a Debbie Harry combo. I'm like so into it. So where did you get your style inspiration? Because I met your mom, and she's like gorgeous, and you always post photos of your mom and her style. Is that kind of where you got some of your like inspiration for glam?
Yeah, well, my mum, it's funny that you say that because like when I was little, the first ever like song I wrote when I was about 5 years old was kind of just singing to my mum in the kitchen, being like, "When I grow up, can I wear your dress? When I grow up, can I wear your shoes? When I grow up, can I be as pretty as you?"
That
And
is
that was
so
kind
cute.
of that's just kind of like, you know, my mum's always been the one that's always dressed up, and she's loved to dress me up when I was a little kid. Like there's just funny little baby pictures of me matching my jacket with my socks and my red shoes, and everything was super colorful. And I think my mum's kind of showed me that fashion can just be accessible to anyone. And I think if you like it, you should wear it. And I think you should just express yourself in whatever way you see fit, whatever makes you feel comfortable and confident. And I don't feel like there's one thing that, you know, I feel like if you want it to work for you, it will.
Yeah.
You know, if you like it, you should go for it, and you should always,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, I really believe in that.
I love Elizabeth Taylor said, I'd rather have bad taste than no taste. You know, and it's like, I'd rather be something that I'd rather wear something you hate than wear something that you're indifferent to. I'd rather someone fucking hate my outfit. But if you don't notice me, then like, fuck what I'm wearing. I don't want to be, I'd rather you hate it.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but I've never hated anything you wear. It's always sickening. And so I wanted to talk to you about like, okay, so you said you always wanted to do music. Speaking of music, I love physical. Been listening to it all morning, and we've been talking a lot to my viewers about getting active in small spaces, and especially with everyone being stuck indoors, not able to get to the gym. So I love what you did with physical with like the dance video, because that's a great thing that people can do when they're stuck inside. So is there anything else that you've been doing since, I don't know, like what has it been like for you being in a cycle, like a single cycle, album cycle in this time, because you probably had to adjust your press schedule?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, today, because my album's coming early, it's coming out this Friday.
Yep.
Um, it's just been honestly back-to-back promo, trying to figure out how to do that. Like, I had like little things like this set up in the house, which I wouldn't normally have, like little mics with just all this multi-track field recorder, all that stuff that was just like sent over that I have to use to be able to make sure that I do all the promo and everything that I need to do with a bunch of, you know, radio stations and journalists and stuff, so I can try and still promote my record while being at home. You know, it's very, you know, confusing and sometimes unsettling times that we're in at the moment. Only because I guess for all of us, nobody really knows how long this is going to last.
Yep.
But
and I was thinking that too, because you're such a compassionate person, and like you just keep it very real, and I feel like you're really grounded. So I'm sure it's very confusing also, because it's a time where a lot of people are at home so they can stream music. So I'm really excited about your album coming out Friday, because that's going to give me something to fucking do. So you can bite the shit out of my hand while you're listening to Dua Lipa, which is what you've been doing all freaking day long. He's literally like, it's just insane what I love.
So cute.
He's so
I wish
cute.
I had a house full of like
But
animals.
I'm just so excited about your album, because this is just going to give me something to look forward to on Friday. But I'm sure it's a little confusing to you too, because you're like, well, when you wrote these songs or started to do the photo shoots for it and the album packaging and like the videos for it and everything, you did not know or have a crystal ball to know these are the times that we would be in.
No.
So I'm sure it's really confusing for you to like, is this appropriate to post? Is it appropriate to like push the album right now? I bet that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I was like, I was toying with the idea of whether I should push it or release it at a different time. It's also, you know, I made this record because everyone was like, oh, second record, like there's so much pressure behind it. It's so, like, I don't know, I felt like a lot was riding on this second record, and I didn't want to like let the pressure get to me. So I just wanted to make a record that just made me want to dance and want to have fun and took my mind away from it. And although it's scary to put a record out right now, I also feel like maybe music is kind of what we need, and it's good to just get people to dance and have fun. And you know, I hope this, you know, takes your mind off everything that's going on outside and gives you a moment of happiness.
I think the way that you just worded that is perfect, because I think that's something that artists right now, I'd love this platform to give clarity on, because I think it is hard, you know, to go, all right, well, what do we do right now? Like, do we just push pause on everything? And like, I know that sucks for me when I like get my album packaging together, you get a video, and for some reason they get pushed, because you're going to change, you're going to grow, you're going to evolve. And if you keep pushing, you're not going to relate to the things that you've already shot.
Yeah.
So like, because if I take a photo a week ago, I need to post it like right the fuck then, or I'm gonna chop my hair off, or like
that's it. It's gonna change completely.
Everything's gonna change. So I just think it, you know, to give some clarity, I think it's really important that what you said right now is like, right now is a time, like, of course, it's very serious and there's a lot of anxiety and it can even just be so overwhelming. But if you can take a break this Friday and push pause on the panic and the fear and listen to the new record and let yourself escape, which is what music is supposed to do, that's what I'm going to be doing. And there's no, you know, there's no right way to go through a crisis or a pandemic. There's no right or wrong way, because we're all doing it at the same time. And I think that you should feel totally confident with your choice of putting out the record, because you can bring like a lot of light. I need a fucking dance party. I've been like reading the news, you know, and stuck inside, and it will just bring so much light to me and so many people by you putting out your record. So don't think twice about that. And I'm really glad you put out all the pictures, because like I'm sitting here in dirty freaking sweatshirts and like dealing with training a puppy, and seeing you be fab on my Instagram is like,
honestly, I'm only dressed at the top.
Like,
that's the good thing about Instagram Live. It's only a half.
Yes, go upstairs, wash your fucking hair, and get out of your sweatpants. So you are just like slaying it, and don't think twice about that. You are doing what is right for you, and that's all we can ask of people. So you're killing it. So I want to talk about, being active, listening to physical. I know you have a song coming out. I think it's 4 p.m. my time, because I'm in LA, and you put like a worldwide release touring chart on your Twitter, I think.
Yeah, well, my tour was meant to start at the end of April, but because of everything that's happening, obviously my tour is getting postponed because we just have to think about, everybody's health and
Yeah,
safety. And
that's the right thing
I
to do
don't think
also.
anybody's really ready to go out and into big crowds just yet, I don't think now's the right time. But
That is the right thing to do. So I know you posted like the drop times for all the different places worldwide for your song "Break My Heart," and a lot of my viewers have been asking actually for breakup advice, and I thought you'd be the perfect guest to ask since it goes with the song. So what are like some heartbreak remedies that you use? I just dance to your music if I ever feel like shit. But what is the heartbreak remedies that you use?
my God, I think I just like to just go out with my friends. That's definitely like
Wine.
wine, dancing,
Yeah.
literally anything that just takes your mind away from it.
Yep.
Anything. I think friends is like the best remedy for
Yeah.
any of that.
Me too.
And wine.
Um, and so, so I kind of talked about everything I want to talk about. You jumped right into it and you were just like so well spoken. So, we talked about Break My Heart, which is going to be dropping. I think it's like fucking a great time to release some new music. We all could use some music from you right now. So I'm excited to listen to that tonight. I'm excited to hear what it sounds like because you've just been putting up some like really incredibly modern takes on like 80s glam dance. Like it's just been so amazing to like watch and listen to you, and I can really
Thank
tell
you.
that you're like in the driver's seat right now. You actually have a photo of you like literally driving like some badass
Thank
car,
you.
but I can tell you're full on in the driver's seat, and like this is a lot of your creation, a lot of your brain being turned into like actual content that we can enjoy. So it's just badass to watch you totally drive this thing.
I
So
appreciate you. Thank you.
I pretty
Uh,
much asked every single thing that I
yeah.
wanted to ask, and you were just the shit. And I just want to thank you for being on the show and
Oh.
like a true host. You're the shit. Thank you,
I love
Dua.
you.
Everyone,
Thank you
listen
so
to Break My
much.
Heart tonight. Bye.
Bye.
Uh. Okay, come here, Paul. Oh. Okay, here we go. Don't come out. Don't stop caring about me now. Walk away. You know how. Don't stop caring about me now. Thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow on Right Minded at 11:30 a.m. PT, and I'll see you guys there. Tomorrow is a great episode. It's going to be songwriting camp with Mark Ronson, Ryan Tedder, and Ilse Juber. So we're going to be talking about songwriting while you're at home. Maybe you could work on some music, send me what you're writing, and I'll post it on my stories. Ow! Don't come out. Don't stop caring about me now. Walk away. You know how. Don't stop caring about me now. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow on Bright Minded.